hello. How are you? This is Coach Tanya from the Trauma Recovery Room. And today is an exciting and important, a vital key factor that will help you to finally get to that place where you can leave your narcissist alone for good this time. We're talking about killing hope. Hope is the key factor that keeps you attached to a narcissist. And this show is going to show you how you can kill the one thing that keeps you stuck with the one person that keeps hurting you. So go ahead and grab your pen and paper. I'll take a 30-second break. I'll be right back, and we're going to get started. Okay. We are back. This is your girl, Coach Tanya, again from the Trauma Recovery Room. I want to welcome you to this very important show. I just want to give you a little bit of background about myself for those of you who do not know me. My name is Tanya K. Austin. I am a mindset shift coach. I like to call myself a struggle strategist. I'm also a self-love coach and a narcissistic and trauma recovery abuse coach. So the Trauma Recovery Room is a place that I design for those of us who have gone through the process of enduring a relationship with a narcissistic person. I actually just recently divorced a narcissist, and the last year and a half of our relationship, physical part of the relationship, because as you'll know, dealing with the narcissist, even when you leave, they still linger around, which means, and we'll talk about this later, some things still need to be conquered within you, because a narcissist is definitely a representation of your internal thoughts. But we'll talk about that later. So on my search of trying to pretty much fix him, because I was a fixer, codependent fixer, with no love for myself. On my journey to fix him, I discovered about narcissism and codependency and the dynamic of that relationship. And I began to heal from my pain, understand what it is, the part that I was playing in this relationship. And I started to change my mind. I started to see things differently. And because I started to see things differently, because on my journey of trying to figure things out, it was hard for me to get the information that I needed that was actually helping me. Because most of the stuff online, if you talk about narcissism, unless you dig deeper and go into the world of psychology, you pretty much don't get a full understanding of how to deal with a narcissist outside of just leaving them alone, which is very difficult because you're dealing with so many mental issues or mental connections with this person. It's not as simple as just leaving them alone, because if it were, guess what? We would leave them alone. So on my hunt to try to fix him, I fixed myself. And on that path, I discovered to create a platform for those who were like me to follow, that needed some real fucking information that was going to help you get this fool out your life, period. And that is the purpose of the Trauma Recovery Room. That is why I do what I do. I grew up with a very traumatic childhood, very emotionally traumatic childhood, and I carried that into my adulthood. So the Trauma Recovery Room is for people just like that, who have had childhood traumas, who are unable to heal from those traumas and create new traumas or new issues or new pain in your life because of the results of you not healing from your childhood trauma and getting in relationships with people that are toxic, which are reflective, and which are those who reflect what we think of on the inside of our minds. So the trauma recovery room is a place for you to go and get some real information, real knowledge, real truth, so that you can make more informed decisions about your life, whether you stay with the narcissist or not. Of course, my goal that I teach is to leave them because that's the best option for your soul. If you want some peace of mind and if you don't want to continue to put them before you and love them more, and if you want to continue to not be respected or not be treated right, then, staying with the narcissist, if that's okay with you, then that's okay with you. But I preach, leave that motherfucker alone and live your best life yet. Okay. So today we're going to be talking about killing hope, because hope is the one thing, it is the one thing that keeps us attached to this narcissist. So what is hope? What is hope? Hope is a feeling of expectation and desire for a certain thing to happen. It is a feeling of trust. It is basically you putting energy into the universe to remain with the one person who keeps hurting you. Hope is a feeling of expectation and desire for a certain thing to happen. What is that certain thing? What are you hoping for with your narcissist? That they'll change. You're hoping that this time they're for real. You're hoping that this time they're telling the truth. You're hoping that this time everything will work out. You're hoping that this time, that hope is keeping you connected to this time. And this time is going to constantly keep you connected to that person. Let me tell you something. A narcissist is not going to change because you are with them. I'll tell you that. They are going to possibly, maybe, sort of, kind of, might start thinking about changing when you leave them, because you know what? You have the power in the relationship. You're the miserable one. They're the happy one. Inside their happiness is your hope. Your hope is keeping them happy. Your hope is keeping you sad. It's not even the narcissist. It's your hope, that feeling of expectation. You expect them to change. You desire them to start treating you right. And because you continue to have that expectation in your mind, because you continue to have that desire in your heart, you will constantly hope that they will change. Now, the Bible talks about hope being deferred and how it kills you, pretty much. You need to defer your hope so that you can kill this relationship. Hope is an emotion which stems from a thought. Our emotions stem from thoughts. So you still have in your thoughts that this person has a possibility of treating you better. You gotta kill that hope. They're not going to treat you better. They are not. And if they do, it's fake as hell. It's not real. It is them just pretending so that you can continue to hope. They know what they're doing. And they know that if you kill what keeps you connected to them, they will die. They are hoping. They have a feeling of expectation. They have a feeling of desire for a certain thing to happen. That certain thing with them is that you don't kill the hope with them and leave their ass, because they expect you to sit there and deal with their bullshit. They expect you to sit there and believe their lies. They expect you. Excuse me. They expect you expect you to. They trust you just like you trust them and expect them to change for the better. They trust you not to. They trust you not to put yourself first. They trust you not to love yourself. They trust you not to care about your heart because they don't give a fuck about it. And because you continue to hope that they change, you are feeding their narcissism. You are giving them, that's like giving somebody who's a thief your debit card and your PIN number. Hope is the debit card and the PIN number to the ATM machine of a narcissist. Your hope means that you still desire to be with this person. And that's the problem. Your hope is a reflection of your desire to still be with this person. So if you are trying to leave a narcissist, you got to drop your hope. You have to drop your hope. You cannot hold on to a thought or a feeling of expectation or a desire from somebody who is unable to give it to you. Let me tell you a story. When I left my narcissist, instantly he went on a freaky hunt for women to replace me, of course. That's how he coped, whatever. He did that when we were married. That's just who he is. 2-3 months, now mind you, this is weeks, days probably when we first separated. So it's something that he wanted to do freely. He was already doing it when we were married, but he wanted to do it freely with no shame and freedom. That's fine. Okay, I already knew that. It's fine. Throughout these months of the separation, the first 2-3 months, I still had hope. I was still not praying that we got back together because I was enjoying my freedom from the prison. I call it my mental Alcatraz, and I actually talk about my experience with my narcissist in my book, My Secret Life, which is an anthology of women authors who have experienced abusive or traumatic experiences in a relationship and wrote a book about it. So it's called My Secret Life. If you're interested in getting that book, my version of the book goes back to my childhood, and it breaks down and explains why I ended up with that particular narcissist and the others, because that was key for me in writing that book. I discovered that he wasn't even my first narc. And that's what made me seriously dig down and deep, which is what you need to do. And I had to ask myself, why? Why was I attracting and desiring these kind of people? Why was my expectation for this man to change when he has clearly proven to me over and over and over and over and over again that he will not change? Not that he can't, but that he will not. Why? I had to ask myself why. You have to ask yourself why. Why do you still desire to be with this person? Why? Because your thoughts are distorted about them and your heart plays a part in it. Because you see, when you're in love with somebody, you can't help that. That's understandable. That's understandable. Your heart has feelings, especially if you're an empath and you're able to love people and you're very compassionate. It's easy to love somebody because you want to see the good in them. That's fine. That's fine. But when your heart doesn't match your head in a situation when you're dealing with toxic and dangerous people, because narcissists can be very dangerous. They're not right in the head and they can trigger and instantly explode and blow up. When your heart hasn't caught up with your head is when you have hope. So this is a matter of your heart and a matter of your mind. So you have to do things that show you that this person is not worthy of your heart or your mind. And how do you do that? Like I said, when I was finding ways to fix him, I fixed myself. You have to focus on yourself. Because the heart loves what it loves, but that's because you have a disconnect from your heart and your soul. Your heart and your soul are disconnected. And because your heart and your soul are disconnected, this causes conflict in the form of hope. Because hope is conflictual feelings that keep you connected to this person. And that means that your behaviors, you will continue to exemplify, and that will continue to feed your desire. And that means that you will continue to love your narcissist. So the key is that once hope is gone, so is that continued desire to be with the narcissist. Once that hope is gone, so is the continued desire to be with the narcissist. Because again, hope is a feeling of expectation and desire for a certain thing to happen. So you have to change those distorted thoughts that this person will change, because they have distorted thoughts that you're going to sit there and be okay with their bullshit. You have distorted thoughts and sit there and believe that they're going to stop running bullshit on you. So you have to change your distorted thoughts, because they're not going to change theirs. You have to change your distorted thoughts, and you have to understand and know in your mind so that it can be reminded to you and eventually get to your heart that this motherfucker is not going to treat you right, period. Period. I'm going to tell you 5 things that hope is, or what it does. Hope is the connecting energy source with the narcissist. That means that your thoughts, because our thoughts create our reality, correct? What we think is what we produce in our lives. So if you have that thought, that desire of this narcissist changing, you will continue to put that energy into the universe. And that means the universe will continue to keep you connected so that it can prove to you that they cannot change. So that it can show you for yourself. You just tend to ignore it, which is why you continue to repeat the cycle with the narc. The universe continues to show you. God continues to show you who this person is. They continue to show you who they are. But you continue to have this distorted thought, this toxic feeling, this unrealistic desire for something to happen from them. And it keeps you attached to them. It keeps that attachment physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, sexual, many times, financial, whatever it is, it keeps you attached to them. And the energy that you're putting out into the universe, the message that you're sending the universe is, okay, universe, I believe and I trust that this person will change and treat me right. So I'm going to continue to have hope. And I'm going to continue to put this hope into the universe, because this is the way, this is what I want. My end result is I want them to treat me better. And I'm going to continue to fight for them to treat me better because I deserve it. That don't even sound right. Instead of saying, I deserve to be treated right, deuces, motherfucker, then you tell the universe, okay, universe, I deserve better. Bring it to me. See what I'm saying? So hope is the connecting energy source. It is the source of energy. The universe operates off of energy. God operates off of energy. Faith is energy. Faith is a thought. It is a belief. It is a system of beliefs that you have about God doing something for you. That's energy. Energy is what connects us to the universe. And if your energy connecting to the universe is saying, bring it on, I want more because I have faith, I trust that he is going to do this, you are telling the universe, I trust in this person to treat me right. And I want to stay with them so they can treat me right. I want to prove this right. That's what you're telling the universe. That's what hope is saying, that you are telling the universe, you trust this person, that they will one day snap in treating you right. Can't say snap out of, because they've been did that. They need to snap in treating you right. And hope is the connecting energy source that keeps you stuck in that cycle of seeking of seeking, because you're never going to get it, of seeking them to treat you right. You're going to constantly have that desire, because of course you desire to be treated right. Of course you have an expectation to be treated with respect, to be treated with love and loyalty and faithfulness and honor. Of course you have that expectation. You just have it with the wrong person, and you're still trying to change that narcissist, which is keeping you stuck with that narcissist. Instead of trying to change him, change you. Hope, number 2, hope gives you the thought, what if, or maybe he, she will. It keeps you stuck in that cycle. Hope keeps telling you, well, what if he's telling the truth this time? What if? Because you know that they love bomb you and they hoover you, and and they run game on your ass to make you think, because they're great actors. They are running game on you. They got a hell of a script somewhere. They got a hell of a script somewhere, and they studied it and rehearsed it, and now they're running it on you to convince you to continue to have hope in them, because they know damn well that if they lose you, their life is fucked. They need you. They need you to function as a successful narcissist. You are funding their narcissism. Staying with them is funding their narcissism. So that what if he changes? What if she's real? What if she's serious this time? Well, maybe she is telling the truth, or maybe he is for real. No. It's feeding that false expectation from this person. It's feeding that false desire to continue to be with this person. It's feeding the toxicity within your life. Number 3, hope produces continued wrong thoughts. If you continue to hope for this person to change, if you continue to have that expectation in this person, you're going to continue to have that expectation of this person. They're going to continue to let you down, and you're going to start the cycle all over again. Oh, well, I hope. Maybe. What if? And this is my kicker. He got to love me if he's still fucking with me. No, he got to love himself. And I had to figure that out. It's not love for you that keeps them coming back round. It's love for themselves, because they know that nobody else is going to quote unquote love them, because what you do, accept they bullshit, believe they lies, hope is accepting they bullshit, because they know they not changing. They don't desire to change. Their desire is to continue to do and have the relationship with you, so that they continue to do what it is that they do. They don't care about you. It's not about you with a narcissist. You have to understand that it is not about you. They don't give no fuck about you. I don't care how sincere the act seems. I don't care how many times they tell you. I don't care how many times they come back. They don't care about you. They come back because nobody else is dealing with their bullshit like you did. Hell yeah, they hope to get you back. Hell yeah, they hope you don't leave. That's why they don't leave you when they cheat. And if they leave you, it's because they found somebody that was better empathic than you. That's it. It's nothing better about that person. They're not better than you. The new person, the new feed is not better. They're just a new feed, something fresh for him, because he can't manipulate you like he used to, or she can't manipulate or play you like they used to, because now you're questioning them. Now you're bitching and you're complaining and you're exploring. Hell, you're looking at this video, so you're wondering, you're getting wisdom, you're getting stronger, you're getting wiser, you're getting better, and they're not liking it. So hope produces that continued wrong thought. Number 4, hope is friends with empathy. Interesting. Hope and empathy go next. They cousins. Because with that hope, that expectation, and that desire for a certain thing, you have empathy in the search for finding it. You understand that it takes time for them to develop that. But with the narcissist, that's the point. It don't take time for them to develop anything good. The time that you give them is permission for them to continue doing everything bad. They're not going to transition in their mind until you leave them. If you want a narcissist to change and treat you better, leave their ass alone. That is the God's honest truth. I promise you. I promise you. And as the one of the victim, so to speak, we have the power. The narcissist does not have the power. It may appear that way, but at the end of the day, if you leave them, you will destroy their whole world, period. And they know that. That's why they bully you and make you believe that you need them. My narcissist actually laughed in my face when I told him I wanted to leave. And he literally laughed and told me, "You fooling yourself if you think you're going to be happy without me." I had to laugh in his face back and say, "Nah, I think you talking to yourself. You going to be fucked up when I leave." And he fucked up, which is why he's out here coping with women, which is how he copes, period. He don't know what to do. And it does not matter what tactic he approaches me with. I'm not dealing with that bullshit, because guess what? I have ultimately and eventually lost my hope. And I won't lie, even after the separation and divorce, I still had hope, which is why when he would call, I might answer the phone, or I might listen to what he had to say. Or if he stopped by my house, I might let him in, depending on how I was feeling. Because there was many days he sat on my porch and it's cold in the motherfucker, he was freezing. But there were days when I still struggled, and I had to get to the understanding of the struggle. It was hope. I was still hoping. I still had that desire, that expectation. I was expecting him to stop messing with women, grow the hell up, see what life was like without me, change his ways, and come back right. I won't even lie. But that last opportunity of when the universe was showing me, "Girl, bye, fuck this nigga." Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Fuck this fool. Fuck him. And because I got to that point, I was able to clearly see what it really was that was going on. And I was keeping that attachment to him going on through my hope. Number 5, hope increases your loyalty to them and keeps it away from yourself. Hope increases your loyalty to them and keeps it away from yourself. Hope will have you thinking. Hope will have you believing. Hope will have you trusting. Hope will have you doing things that produces your end result in a natural, normal world, because it's energy. But you're never going to get the result that you desire, because the narcissist is not produced to do that for you. They'll never do that for you. They will do what you're trying to get the narc to do for you while you're with them will only be done when you're not with them. They will never, the only transformation that they will give you is to take you from good to bad, brokenhearted, and back to bound to know who you are. But you have to get through the process properly. So you remain loyal to this narcissist by hoping, which is that energy you're putting into the universe. And because you have that loyalty to them, you're being disloyal to yourself. You're being disloyal to yourself by having hope for this narcissist. So how do you kill this hope? How do you kill this hope? I'm going to give you 10 things. 10 things. Get your pen and paper. Get your pen and paper. I'm going to give you 10 things, 10 steps that you can take that'll help you kill the hope for your narcissist. 10 things. Number 1, accept the truth about them. The truth will set you free. Accept the truth about them. I had to accept the truth, because this man showed me that even though we have been separated for all these months, he will literally come in my face with a brand new approach, so he says, and lie to me. And I found out about 2 women, and lies cover up, same thing. And at that moment, I realized that I still had hope. And I wasn't angry, I wasn't mad, sad, or anything. I was disappointed, but I was disappointed in myself, because I kept having that expectation, that belief, that desire. I still desired for him to change. And because he showed me, and the universe allowed him to show me, because I had been dealing with some thoughts about him and missing him and all of that, the universe clearly brought him to me to reveal to me, no, you have permission to leave him alone. And I'm going to show you how to do it, which was killing my hope. So I had to accept the truth about him, and it set me free. I had to accept the truth, which was my expectation would never be met, no matter how hard I tried. The expectation of this man being honest with me and faithful will never be met, because that was my expectation, honesty and faithfulness. That desire that I had for him to be the one to be my husband and right to me, I had to lose. That desire had to turn to me, but I had to accept that truth. And once I accepted that, instantly, I was able to shift my thoughts, and my heart caught up. I was able to shift my thoughts, and my heart was able to finally accept that it's over. And at that point, I killed the hope, I killed the love, and I killed my even care of being with this man. So number one, accept the truth about the narc. It will set you free. Number two, cry it out. I had to cry. Cry it out. Get all them tears out. All ball out of control. Like literally take 2, 3, 4 days, 3 days. 3 days and cry. And I mean, cry. All the pain that they put on you, cry, let it out, release it, release the pain of disappointment, because that's what that is. Release that pain of disappointment. You are disappointed in yourself for trusting them again, and you are disappointed in them for letting you down again. Release that pain. That shit is painful. Cry it out. Number 3, journal your feelings. Express your emotions. Not only do you need to release those tears, you need to release those thoughts. Connect with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Admit your truth. I still had hope. I had to be honest with myself. I still had the desire that this man would treat me right and be honest with me and faithful to me. I still was holding on to that, and I had to release that. But though journal those feelings, express your emotions, write them down, because crying is a way of dumping. Writing is another way of dumping. Another way of dumping is repeat to yourself, they will never change. So you're going to cry it out, you're going to write it out, and you're going to scream it out. If you feed your mind with this truth that they will never change, it will begin to believe it. You have to repetitively say this to yourself. They will never change. Lose your hope. They will never change. Lose your hope. They will never change. Drop the hope. Stop hoping. Stop it. Tell yourself they will never change. Number 5, go no contact. Go no contact. Physically free yourself from this person. And separation from them is massive. It definitely allows that energy space, that opportunity for you to get clear on everything. Because when you have them around you, it's as if you're still there, but you're not escaped. And if you cannot go no contact, then find a safe space where you can meditate and pray and clear that negative energy and put in that new energy into the universe. Because ultimately, and I do understand, because I was in a situation where I needed him, so to speak, even though that was still an excuse, because I didn't need him. I was just choosing to have him as the one to provide me with that need. That's deep. I was choosing to stay in that relationship, hope, because I was hoping. So I hid behind my hope and staying with him. And I needed him. Hope disguises need. So go no contact. And if you can't, find some physical space when they're acting a fool and they gone out the house. Hell, you got to create an argument with them so they can leave. You know they predictable. And get you some space where you can create positive energy, positive thoughts, and put that energy into the universe and let the universe produce that for you instead. Changing your mind. Number 6, when they pop up in your head, immediately change the thought. Immediately. If it's something good, immediately think of something bad that they did. If it's something bad, immediately think of something good, not that they did, but something good outside of them. Because you want to train your brain that this person is bad. They're not good for you. They're not good for you. And you want to continue to train your psyche to believe this, because once it's in your head, it transfers to your heart. Then it spills out of your mouth. And from there, the actions take you where you need to be. But you are in this relationship with this narcissist, and they won't leave you alone. You can forget that. You have to take control. You have to empower yourself, because they're not going to leave a good thing. You're a good thing. You're a good thing. They ain't about to leave you. Why would they leave a good thing? Come on now. So when something about them pops up in your head, immediately change your thought. Number 7, remember how they treated you. I created a vision board that I break down my past, present, future. I have like the ones that open up with the little flaps on the side. The one on the left side is pretty much the past, how they were treating me. The middle part was the present when I did the board, and the right part was my future. And I had to break down all of those things that were very important to me, that he hurt me on, and that was my past. And I had to go into the present and express how I was feeling. And because I did that, I was writing things out. I was journaling and putting the journal stickers on the vision board. I had a cute little design or whatever. And in the future, it was thoughts of how I wanted it. It was like life without him, me being a successful coach and remarrying a good man, and those things. And because I did that, when I was having those weak moments, I was able to go to that vision board and read how he treated me. I kept some voicemail messages of him cussing me out. I was able to go listen to those messages, and it helped me to remember. It helped me to remember how he was. And when I began to remember how he was, the thought of me restoring anything with him always faded away. Always faded away. Now, there were some times where I was weak. I won't lie, where I broke no contact. I regretted it later. But at the same time, I also learned more, because each time I did break no contact, he showed himself the same. And I broke no contact maybe about 4 or 5 times. And each time he showed me he was still an asshole. And the last time was just it for me. That last time confirmed, because I'm ready to move on in my life, like, period. I'm ready to just totally, like, erase him even being in my life. Meaning not the experiences, but the actual feelings of the experience. I'm ready to move past that. It's a new year. I don't want to be connected to that anymore. So that hope was keeping me connected. And now that I no longer have that hope, I'm not connected to him. And just the same, the universe will create and manifest my existence reflective of me not having that desire for him. He will disappear, in other words. He will disappear. And this time he will disappear for good, because I no longer have that desire. I'm no longer putting that energy into the universe for him to come to me. So there's no need for him to come to me. Whatever connection we've had is broken, spiritually, universally, energetically, mentally, spirit, whatever, any kind of way. I'm done, period. And I had to kill my hope before I did that. So remember how they treat you. I created that vision board. Find ways to remember their fucking pain that they caused you. So when you do get to that place of, oh, I miss them, oh, I remember, and no, I remember when your ass choked me, or you called me a bitch, or I remember that. And that's what I remember. And then when those thoughts pop in my head out of the blue and I get angry, I just think of something good. I just imagine my husband, who is ordained for me, and how he would treat me. Or I'll think of something funny or a comedy show or something. I'm changing my mind. Killing the hope requires you to change your mind. Number 8, think of what feeling of desire you would rather have instead. So instead of me wanting to desire him, like I just said, I'll think of my new husband who I desire. So if I have negative thoughts about him, or if I'm feeling emotional, or something's going on, I'm having a thought and I don't want to think about him, I'll transfer that thought into my husband, who's going to love me wherever he is. He's going to recognize who I am, and he's going to see me as his wife and treat me accordingly. So I'll replace that thought with that. So that's the desire I would prefer to have. I would prefer to have a man that actually lives up to those expectations and lives up to those desires, because that's what love is. I expect you to treat me like I treat you. I expect you to love me like I love you. And I treat you right, so I expect the same thing. I'm not out here doing bad things, especially as a married woman. I mean, there's some people out here like that, but I'm not one of them, so why should I be treated like that? And I'm sure you're the same way. You want to be treated right. You expect to be treated right by your mate. That's natural. You deserve that. And if your mate doesn't give it to you, they don't deserve you, period. And when you understand that, and when you understand that that deserving is maintained through hope, you'll kill that hope quick as hell. Because again, you have the power. So think of a feeling or desire that you would rather have instead. Number 9, place your focus on why you still have that desire towards them. Now it's time for you to shift and do the work. What is it that is keeping you still desiring, still having an expectation about this person? For me, it was because I really truly loved him, and I really had faith and hope in him to change. I really did. I really thought that he really truly loved. So I believe this bullshit, in other words. I really thought that he loved me as much as he said he did, to literally use that love and change. Because I'm a lover of love. I love love. I think love conquers all. I really do. It just takes longer with certain people than others. But I really thought that we connected on that spiritual level, and that everything he was saying was true, and that he was strong enough and wise enough to make a better choice and change and transform. But I was wrong, of course, disappointingly wrong. But when I realized that I was keeping him around through my hope, I had to let it go. I owned my power. I stepped into my power. And that's what you do when you kill that hope. You own your power. You step into your power. And number 10, let go of all false beliefs about yourself. I had to really dig deep, further than what I was digging already, because I hadn't gotten to this point. Because during our separation, I literally, while he was out there screwing women and dating, trying to move on, I was literally moving past my past pain and trying to forgive him for what he did, and then move on, either with him if he'd actually changed, and because I did love him, or either move on separately. So in that process of hoping, still deep down subconsciously, I realized that he wasn't going to change, and I had no other option. That I was killing myself, beating myself up, abusing myself by continuing to have hope in this man. I was doing it to myself still. And I have gotten to a place where I know my worth. You're not about to run that on me. And it's scary, because right before I had a breakthrough, I was about to break and cave in and believe him, which I actually did, which is what triggered the fears in me with him, because I definitely don't trust him. And I refuse to be with somebody that I don't trust, that I know for a fact is untrustworthy. No, you're not going to get me. He almost got me slipped back in that. But the God is good. The universe is good. It stopped all of that, because I ain't gonna lie, I went through his cell phone, saw something that he lied about, and openly told me I violated him by going through his cell phone. He trusted me not to do that. And he wasn't expecting me to go through it, because he was never going to tell me about the girl. He was just going to leave her alone, which was probably a lie. Whatever. Anyway, so in the process, I had him block her and delete her number. I don't know if he still has it. I don't know if he calls her. And we had a nice little nasty voicemail message on her phone. So but see, that's the thing. You're trying to suck me back into this bullshit. I don't want to deal with that. And I had to really realize that having that hope is what was sucking me back in because I still had that desire for him to change. Now, I'm not, in the back of my head, I'm not fucking with you through your changing process. But I still had that desire for him to change and to come back to me right. And he just couldn't do it. And when I realized that that last episode of our show, which I'd say he's an actor, he had a nice episode. The last episode of his show with me, the season finale, the series finale, excuse me. That last series finale with him, it clicked in my head. This fool was not going to change. And I don't have time to wait no more. I done gave that man 3 years of my life and it was a complete waste because he did not grow on any level at all. And I was totally not the same person I was 3 years ago. So he wasn't on my level before that. He really is not on my level now. And that is when I killed my hope. That is when I killed my hope. That is when hope died within my heart. Hope died within my soul. Hope died within my spirit for this man. And I can honestly say I no longer have that desire for him to treat me right. I no longer have that expectation of him to be faithful and honest with me. Because you know what? Instead of him doing it, I'm going to be faithful and honest to myself. And I'm going to treat myself right by removing him permanently from my life. I have realized that this man is no good for me. And I have accepted that, which is my truth. He is not what I want. He is not what I need. He is not what I deserve. And he is not deserving of me. Because everything that I have is for a man that is worthy of having it. Because my gifts are for a good man because I'm a good woman. He was not a good man. Your narc is not a good man or a good woman. They are not. And you having that hope is simply feeding their badness. It's simply you saying, keep on hurting me. I'm going to stick around because I believe and I hope and I pray and I have trust and I have faith that you're going to one day wake up and treat me right. Because that's what hope is. One day you're going to wake up and treat me right because that's your expectation. That's your desire. One day they're going to wake up just out of the blue and treat you right. The only way they're going to do that is if you leave their ass alone. Trust me. Your absence from their life is going to spark some changes in theirs, period. And it's going to allow you to become free for you to grow and continue to get past them. Because that's why that no contact is so important. That no contact is where you get your power from. That's where you refuel yourself. Because I can absolutely say that the few times that I encountered or broke the no contact with this man, it only took less than a day for him to zap out all of the energy. So that's another sign. You literally can come in my space, in my circle, and zap out all my positive energy just from saying one thing or two things or doing something. No, that's too much. No, too much control and power over my emotions. And because I have not gotten to the absolute total disciplinary part where I ain't ready to snap on that motherfucker, I can't be around you. I know that though. I know that. I don't want to be around somebody that emotionally rapes me, that emotionally abuses me, that emotionally tortures me. I can't do it. Because how in the hell are you coming back to me after 6 months of not being with me? And you got one woman in your text messages where you connecting and been talking to her over a month, 2 months, and another woman leaving you a voicemail message, and you telling me you changed. Come on now. That is a reflection of a narcissist. That's how they are. To him, he has changed because he wasn't having sex with them. So it's totally different. What? And then he labeled her, she's a friend. Okay, well now you got female friends. I don't do men that got female friends. Now my husband, that I don't know nothing about? No, I don't think so. But the mindset of a narcissist is so fucking distorted. It's crazy. That's actually how they think. That's actually how they think. So by knowing the power that you have in this relationship, you are able to break free from the shackles of their love. Because narcissistic love is that's some crazy ass love, baby. It's some painful love. But the thing about narcissistic love is that it really, truly, honestly serves a purpose. It really, truly, honestly serves a purpose. It really does reflect some things in your life that are going on. It really means that you need to start paying attention to your thoughts, because our mates are our mirror image of our thoughts. They mirror our thoughts. They mirror our internal thoughts. Our mates mirror our internal thoughts. So if you are internally believing that you don't deserve to be treated right because you're not worthy of it, because of some childhood issue that made you believe that lie, you're going to continue to have that hope in that narcissist, because your search is to be treated right. Your desire is something from them that they are never going to give you. And you're going to constantly be spinning your heels trying to get this from this person. This is not the person to give it to you. You have to give it to yourself. And when you give it to yourself, it will automatically come back to you as a reward, as a duplication, as a replication of what you do. Because if you continue to think you're not worthy, then you're going to have unworthy people coming into your life, reflecting that truth, which is your thought. You think you're not worthy. So you're going to have people in your life, narcissists in your life, that are going to reflect how unworthy you are, because they're going to treat you as if you are unworthy. So if you still have that desire for that narcissist, if you still have that hope, if you still have that expectation, you still have some issues that you need to deal with. You still have to deal with your worth and your value and some love. You need to build your mind about yourself. So that hope is a reflection that you still want that relationship. That hope is a reflection of your insecurities. It is a reflection of your fears. It is a reflection of your worry. It is a reflection of your negative thoughts. Now, we're talking about hope when we're talking about God. It's a good thing. You'd have never thought that hope was a bad thing. When you're dealing with a narcissist, it's a terrible thing. It's so unproductive. It's poisonous. It's toxic. It is the glue which keeps, it's nothing else. You can love them, but you can love somebody from a distance. It's not the love that you have for the narcissist that's keeping you attached. It's that expectation that they're going to love you back because you deserve, you know you deserve it, which is why you're unhappy, because you know deep down you are worthy. It's just your mind is so distorted from those false beliefs that you developed or were taught as a kid about yourself, the attachment styles that you had with your parent. All of those things from childhood play a part in this now. And you have to understand that, and it is in your hands. It is your power that is going to control them. And once you realize that in a narcissistic love relationship, the narcissist is the weakest entity in that relationship. Once you learn that you are the strongest one in that relationship, you can shift the energy in that relationship and ultimately walk out of that relationship. But you have to do the work yourself. Again, on my hunt to fix him, I started off trying to fix him, trying to see what was wrong with him, get him together. But on that journey, no, God said, no, I got something better for you. I'm glad you wanted to fix some stuff. Now let's fix you, because I have greater things for you to do, and I don't have time for you to sit here and continue to have hope in somebody that's never going to treat you right. I had to lose my hope. You have to lose your hope. You have to kill. You have to literally, actively kill that hope. And those 10 things that I gave you, those are steps that you can take. And consistently take those steps until you get to that place where you have murdered the one thing that keeps you stuck to an emotional murderer. You have choices. The choice is, what will you do? Will you continue to have that expectation that this person will treat you better? Will you continue to have that desire in your heart, in your spirit, that they will give you what you need? Or will you believe and trust that they never will, and that the only way you're going to get those things is if you leave them alone? Are you willing to accept that? Are you willing to live with that? Are you willing to go through the hard work it takes to lose that hope, to kill that hope with that narcissist? The rest is up to you, because remember, the narcissist will never leave you alone. Even when they discourage you, they still gonna have you in the back of the head as a feed, especially if they discarded you when you still quote unquote love them. They are going to play you scandalous as fuck until you realize that they playing you scandalous as fuck and kill your hope for that damn narcissist. The ball is in your court. The court is in your kingdom. What will you do? What will you do? What will you do? Kill that hope. Kill that hope. Kill that hope. Kill that hope. Well, that is all I have for today. Oh my God, that was an exciting, intimate conversation. I like to call these my intimate conversations. But definitely know that this hope, once it's gone, so is that continued desire to be with the narcissist. So you have the power in your hands. You can get this person out of your life by changing your thoughts. You have to start with your thoughts. You have to dig deep and discover what it is that's keeping you with them. If you need help doing that, I can definitely help you with that. You can schedule a 60-minute phone consultation. You can schedule a 60-minute phone consultation. And if you look on the screen, I put my information down there for you. You can schedule a 60-minute phone consultation, a strategy call. It's free. Go to that website on this page so that we can identify what's holding you back emotionally. We can figure out why you're holding on to this hope. What strategically needs to be done to eliminate this problem so that you can get this narcissist out of your life. If you are interested in getting that help, if you are serious about losing that hope, killing that hope, then go ahead and book your strategy call. Because I have a multiple array of programs, courses, mini courses that you can take that'll get you on the right path and strategically help you to eliminate that narcissist from your life. So this is your girl, Coach Tanya. It was definitely a pleasure to serve you today. Definitely am grateful and thankful for you purchasing this program, and make sure that you put in the work that comes with it. So go ahead and book that strategy call. Go ahead and make it okay to have permission to kill hope with this narcissist. But this is your girl, Coach Tanya. This is the Trauma Recovery Room, and we are presenting to you Killing Hope, because you need to learn how to kill what keeps you attached to your narcissist so you can leave for good this time. I will see you when I see you, and I hope to hear from you real soon. Bye.